Hey everyone, what's up? Today we're going to be going over how to install the StartX remote start kit for a 2016-2019 Toyota Tacoma. Pretty sure it works for all 3rd gens, but I will confirm that. Leave it in the description below. With that said, let's get into it. Alright, so let's see what we got in the box here. I'm just going to dig into it. So first, looks like we have the module itself. If that'll focus. Can't get it, whatever. It says StartX on it. I'm assuming that is what controls the whole remote start system. Then we have what looks like the wiring harness with some zip ties to organize things. Comes with a little trim removal tool. That's pretty cool. Little guide and a piece of cardboard at the bottom. So to install this, all you're going to need is a, unfortunately, 10mm socket. So start hunting. Hopefully you find one. If not, go buy one. So you need 10mm socket, Phillips head screwdriver, and those are all the additional tools you need aside from what comes in the kit. So just this trim removal tool, and then obviously the stuff that comes in it. First things first, we're gonna go ahead and turn the truck on, move the steering wheel. We'll go ahead and unscrew that screw right there, and directly on the left we'll unscrew that one right there. From there, we're going to go ahead and remove the shroud that is around the steering wheel. Use this pry tool if you need to. Pushing all sorts of buttons here. There we go, got it off. Go ahead and clean the inside of this while it's out. Alright, on to the next step. Go ahead and remove this piece and this piece so we can get to some wires under here. First, we're going to have to remove floor mats, just so they're not in the way. Set that down there. Then I'm going to use this pry tool that they gave. Pry out this. Set that aside. Go ahead. There's a little twist clip at the end of that, just twist it off, and then I have a brake control module attached to that, so I'm just going to set it to the side. But just take that off so you can access the wires. I'm going to go ahead and remove that 10mm bolt there, and that 10mm bolt right there. For some reason that last clip didn't film, but you're going to go ahead and remove the two 10mm bolts, the one that was here and the one that was over here that I just showed you. Can't see it, but, and then you can just pop out this plastic piece. It's a bunch of clips. It's kind of scary to pull on, but just pull on it evenly and it comes off in one piece. Once you get this pulled off, you're going to go ahead and just let it dangle. Don't bother unconnecting any of these. Now we're going to get to actually connecting up the remote start. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. Forgive me if it's a little messy. So this is the wiring harness that you get. I'm going to go ahead and take the white side with the purple line. Sorry about the car noise, I'm right by a road. And you're going to take this plug, the male end, and you're going to locate the main body ECU, which is right here on the left side steering wheel. And you're going to pull out this white plug right here. Switch hands. There, pull that out. Then we're going to insert this plug in the slot of that one. And then you're going to take the original ECU plug and plug it right into this connector. Alright, that didn't feel right at first, but I did have it right. So let's plug that in. Then we're going to go ahead and plug in these ones. For the black connectors right here, we're going to go ahead and route this. We're going to go under the airbag. which is this little black piece right here. I'm going to pull through. And then we're going to just kind of pull it so it's got some room to play with. And there is a little black connector under the, I believe it's a steering wheel lock. And you're just going to try to pull out that clip right there. And you're going to do the same thing we did with the other side. Going to plug in the original portion into the female end on the harness, and then the harness into the female end of the original spot. After struggling with the hood release latch for the past 15 minutes, we can go ahead and reinstall this plastic piece. Be cautious of your hood release latch. It's a pain in the ass to reinstall, so just try to avoid it falling out. So to put this on, we're just going to go ahead and tuck away the wires that you can. These ones can just go down there. And then you're just going to try to line up all the clips and snap it back in. So for the airbag ones, they're kind of tricky to get in. I just line them up and then pound on it a little bit. Be careful. If they're not lined up, you'll probably snap the clips. We're going to go ahead and reinstall the two 10mm bolts that I took out on the left hand side and the right hand side over here. Alright, so now that we got those on, we're going to go ahead and plug in these to the start module. Now we're going to go ahead and start the actual, hold on, don't drop it. Now we're going to go ahead and start the actual, what's this thing called? The module. We're going to go ahead and start programming it, hooking it up. So first we're going to go ahead and find this little button right here. We're going to hold that button down and we're going to plug in the black connector. And then when the blue LED is lit, you can go ahead and release the button. So we got the blue LED, not sure if you can see that, it's lit. Then we're going to go ahead and plug in the remaining 3 connectors just in the slots that they fit. Oh, dropping this thing all the time now. There we go. We got all those plugged in. Now we're going to go ahead and press the start stop button 2 times, not pressing the brake pedal.
Testing.
And then the blue LED should flash if I did it right. There we go. And now we're going to go ahead and turn off the ignition. And there we go. The module is now programmed. We'll go ahead and test it before we put together everything. I have installed it. I haven't put any of the plastic trim panels or pieces back, or at least not all of them. We're going to go ahead and test it before I start doing that, just so I don't waste my time. I'm going to go ahead, press the lock button on the key fob 3 times. Should take a second and it should start. Perfect, there it is. So it does work. We're going to go ahead and try to shut it off with the same method. Lock button 3 times. Beautiful. So now we know that it works. We're going to go ahead and reinstall the rest of the plastic panels. So now when you're all done, you're going to have this excess bunch of wire. You could zip tie it, do whatever you want. For me, I'm just going to go ahead and stick it up underneath. Not sure if you can see, but I'm going to go right back behind all these wires that are up here, and I'm just going to tuck it back there nice and neat so it's not dangling and not in the way. So I'm just going to grab this, go ahead and tuck it underneath. Now that that's out of the way, go ahead and install this panel. I have a brake control module on here, so it's a little trickier. Just got to make sure I hide that stuff too. So then you're going to take this little twisty clip thing, twist it on. Perfect. And now that that's on, go ahead and take the side panel, or floor panel I guess, line up the little clips and snap that back in. Last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and vacuum my floor and then put in the floor mat. Go ahead and lock this down. And I forgot, floor mat is not last. We still have to install the steering wheel cover back. So now we have it all installed. I'm just going to show you what it looks like under here. All the wires are tucked up back under here. This is my brake controller, so separate, but I just tucked everything up back there. Nothing's in the way. Looks all good from here. This is all back to normal. And yeah, so fully installed. Little bit of a struggle with this hood latch release and putting this back on, but all in all, oh, that's not even clipped. There we go. All in all, pretty easy install, despite my minor inconveniences that most people probably won't have. So when you're all done, you're going to notice you have some zip ties if you didn't use them. And you're going to have this little, it's like a hood latch release thing. Not entirely sure what it does, but I know that you don't need it for the Tacoma, so just set it aside. Yeah, basically, that's the only actual part you'll have left over. Don't worry about it, you don't need it. Now we're going to go ahead and do the final test now that everything's in there. I'm going to try opening the door while it's started and just see what happens. No, it's supposed to shut off, and we'll see. So I press this lock button 3 times. It takes like a good 5-10 seconds. Starts up, and then to shut it off we would press the lock button 3 times again, but we're gonna go ahead and try to open the door. And then it does shut off. Then you would hop in and obviously start it and go. The shut off, from what I've heard, is completely unavoidable. It's just a Toyota security thing. So kind of sucks, but it's also prevents your truck from being stolen. So I guess it's a good thing. So yeah, that is all I have for you guys in this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Leave some tips in the comments for ways that I can improve my future videos. This one was a little rough. I'm gonna get another battery for my camera. That dies really fast. Never actually used it with video. Aside from that, let me know what I can improve on. Thank you. Have a good day. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.